Someone held a gun to the head of a DeKalb County business owner and robbed him. Now he wants the person responsible off the streets.
Wow, that's crazy.
With that wild crash on Staten Island, security camera video shows a van swerve into oncoming traffic, narrowly missing another car, and then plow right through a laundromat.
Yo, this is crazy, yo.
A violent attack outside of a Walgreens on Castro Street in San Francisco. The victim identified as 30-year-old Larry Whitlock.
Yo, you see that just now? My man just ran over there and poked my man in the eye or something. This is crazy.
A warning for car owners. This after a man was caught on camera trying to open car doors in an uptown parking deck.
Now this...
Yo, this is insane. Breaking news, shocking events caught on camera. You won't believe your eyes. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like this video, share this video, comment down below, and remind y'all, this is some insane advisory. Let's go.
Two people responsible for two different crimes that have happened within just the last couple of weeks here in Charlotte. The CMPD's Crime Stoppers detective is asking that people take a look at this surveillance footage. This was March 13th, just days ago in uptown Charlotte. Police say this individual inside of a parking deck along Trade Street was spotted by surveillance cameras checking for unlocked cars. Look, you can see how they casually tug on a car door.
They're looking for anything of value, any money. Seems he wanted to go through those vehicles if he gained access.
The surveillance footage then shows the person walk up to the unoccupied parking attendant booth. Police say the person yanked a cash box right from that booth. Watch, they casually start to walk right out of the deck. What advice do you have for people who have to park in uptown Charlotte?
I try not to leave anything of value, take those things with you, secure them at home.
Detective Jacqueline Clyburn from the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Crime Stoppers says that in this particular case, police are relying on people seeing this surveillance footage and helping them identify this person.
The clarity of the video, this is really high quality video.
Maybe you recognize the outfit or the way this person walks. This week, police are also trying to identify this man. Detective Clyburn says earlier this month he robbed an AutoZone on South Boulevard, pulling a box cutter and stealing flashlights. Why do you think this person stole flashlights?
Resale, or maybe he has no electricity where he is. You never know.
Note the yellow and white hoodie and facial hair. Does this man look familiar? And does this parking lot prowler look like anyone you know? If so, call Crime Stoppers. The number to dial is 704-334-1600. You do not have to give your name when you call in, and you could get a cash reward if you have information that leads to an arrest. Report.
Yo, this is crazy, yo. Ain't that a paid parking spot where you park your car and it's supposed to be safe and protected? How you have individuals just walk inside with nobody there to attend, nobody looking over your car? This is crazy and insane. My man just walk in there and start checking car doors. I guess all the car doors was locked. I don't know if he got inside any other cars, because it seems like they don't have cameras everywhere. But when my man was leaving, he went straight to where the cash register at and snatched the cash register and walked out with that, and nobody dared to stop him. This is not a safe parking spot, right? This is crazy and insane. But let's move on to the next story.
Violent moments outside a Walgreens store in San Francisco. Now, investigators say it started when a man tried to steal something from the store, but it escalated when the store clerk got involved.
Yeah, that store employee is accused of stabbing the shoplifting suspect in the eye, and it was all caught on camera outside the store. Here's NBC Bay Area's Sergio Quintana.
Police say it all happened just after 4:30 this morning on Castro Street outside the neighborhood Walgreens store. In live stream video, you can see a store employee wearing a blue top and the store security guard walk a man out the front door. We're zooming into the video so you can see what's happening more clearly. After a few moments, you can see the man seemingly say something to the employee, then throw something. The employee runs toward him and begins hitting him. The employee wearing blue retreats back to the store while the guard keeps watch on the man as he stays in the street. But moments later, the man returns and the employee walks out of the store again. Words are seemingly exchanged again. Then the employee pounces on the man. According to the San Francisco Fire Department, The person who fell to the street was stabbed in the eye and later rushed to San Francisco General Hospital. According to San Francisco police, both the Walgreens employee and the person he's accused of stabbing have been arrested. The employee, 45-year-old Guang Hung, was booked on a charge of assault with a deadly weapon. 30-year-old Larry Whitlock was arrested for battery and petty theft. According to police, this all started as an argument in the store when Walgreens workers say Whitlock tried to walk off without paying. As the only Walgreens in the city that's open 24 hours, residents say, for better or worse, it's a hub of activity in the neighborhood.
We tend to have a lot of people sitting out on the street, and I do hear that there is theft, a lot of things locked up, things like toothbrushes, things that are really sad to see.
In a statement, Terry Austin Bennett, the president of the Castro Merchants Association and operator of Cliff's Variety Store across the street from Walgreens, says she's somewhat sympathetic to the employee. She says shoplifters and mentally unstable people threaten her staff on a daily basis. However, she says the Walgreens worker should never have gone out after the suspected shoplifter. Neighborhood resident Alan Alvarez agrees.
There are certain ways to handle it. Like, I work at one of the bars here, and whenever someone comes in, there are proper ways of us to escort someone out.
This is the latest in a series of dangerous incidents in the Castro neighborhood. Last week, a man was severely beaten under the Castro Theater marquee. No word yet on an arrest for that incident. Andrea Aiello with the Castro Community Benefit District says it's not clear if any of these recent incidents are connected, but she says many of the neighborhood's break-ins and broken windows tend to happen in the early morning hours.
Yo, this is crazy, yo. I'm saying though, I know it's a lot of shoplifters and stuff of that nature. My man right there seemed like he homeless though. He carried a whole bunch of bags and stuff with him. That's not like a regular shoplifter, like, you know what I'm saying? Kids and stuff of that nature that comes in the store. They got parents, they live somewhere, but they just want to steal stuff. This seemed like a homeless man. And I don't understand. What? No reason for you to stab my man in the eye? That's crazy. You attacked him before the first time and gave him a couple of punches, right? And then it seems like it was the second time when my man came back, but my man was outside. And then you approached him again and then stabbed him in the eye. That's crazy, bro. You trying to blind dude. Yo, I hope, even though I'm not picking up for the shoplifter, but I don't want to see no type of violence, period. What you're supposed to have done was call the police, so the police could arrest him. You know what I'm saying? You punching him, that was cool, but that was unnecessary because that was outside the store. If you catch him inside of the store and did whatever inside of the store, you might could have slid with that. But you came outside of the store twice and then stabbed my man. I'm not agreeing with that, yo, for real. At least the police got both y'all arrested, and now you facing, I don't know what type of charge you gonna face. Assault? Yo, this is crazy and insane, but let's move on to the next story.
We're going to begin with that wild crash on Staten Island. Security camera video shows a van swerve into oncoming traffic, narrowly missing another car, and then plow right through a laundromat. This all happened around 7 last night in Mariners Harbor.
Eyewitness News reporter Shantae Lands has new information about the victims and spoke with someone who saw the whole thing unfold. She's joining us live with the latest. Shantae.
And David and Sandra, 7 people total were injured, including the driver who's currently listed in critical. Cries and chaos amid panicked and hurt customers inside the Staten Island laundromat after police say a white van crashed into the building.
I heard them. They heard that. They come like boom. You know what I mean?
Store owner Najim Muhammad was one of many desperately trying to help.
One woman, she washed the clothes and she have baby like 2-year-old. You know what I mean? If somebody, they take the baby and they give it to the police.
His store camera gives a glimpse of how the crash happened yesterday just before 7 p.m. The driver of the white van seen speeding around cars in the wrong direction on South Avenue before hopping the curb and slamming into the laundromat. Onlookers missed by a few feet watch in disbelief.
It was kind of crazy. I don't know if she had a stroke or whatever, or she was just trying to rush traffic, but it was just crazy.
EMS quickly arriving on scene to help all 7 people hurt, including the 65-year-old female driver who was rushed to a nearby hospital in critical condition.
I just feel sorry for them.
The van took out a power line pole that crews spent the day fixing. Thank you. And people were hurt both inside and outside of this laundromat. A teenager was struck on the sidewalk and a passenger was hurt who was riding in another car. Again, police are piecing exactly what exactly led to this crash.
Yo, this is crazy and insane, my good people. Yo, this was crazy. Check out my man standing right here in the brown. And look, that white van is coming. Look how close it came. Look, you see that, yo? My man got so scared, he started running. Yo, my good people, look. Yo, my man was like, yo, I could have been gone. This is crazy and insane, yo. You see that? And that van ran straight into that building. Yo, my man just look, not paying yo, oh my Lord. My man just standing there not paying attention. And next thing you know, he could have been a goner. This is crazy and insane, my good people. Yo, see, you gotta be vigilant out there, yo. Yo, I'm glad nothing happened to my man, and I hope they claim it was a lady driving. I hope she be okay. I don't know what happened to her. Got to be some type of medical issue, right? Or she was in a rush to go somewhere, but there is no way you could have been in a rush and do what you did, right? Most likely it's probably a medical crisis. Yo, I hope everybody be okay in this crisis right here. This was crazy and insane. But let's move on to the next story.
If I move again, he's gonna shoot me on the head.
Those are the haunting words that replays inside John's mind. This video shows the moments when helping what he thought to be a customer turn into a life or death situation. Video shows the customer, now suspect, pull into the Dignity Star Tire on Reed Ann Road in DeKalb County Saturday with a flat tire. John says the first red flag came when the man says he could only pay by Cash App. He says the man appeared to send $55 to fix the flat, but then needed additional work. It would cost about $500. The robber left and then came back.
There was no transaction, no pending transaction.
That's when John told the man he needed to pay. He says after a little bit of back and forth, the man asked to get a jacket out of his car, which he now believes had the gun. Pay close attention to this video.
He ran behind me and attacked me from the back. So when I turned around, he heard me. So we wrestled for a minute. Then when we were wrestling, he pulled the gun inside the jacket and put it on my forehead.
John says the now masked gunman took his phone, then demanded him to get in the driver's seat and back the car out.
He said, do not touch anything, just slowly back up. If you do anything, I'll shoot you on the forehead.
Video then shows the moments, the gun pointing towards the driver's seat. You then see the victim get out and run.
I'm just trying to get to a safety place as soon as possible, just to make sure I did not lose my life over nothing.
John says he had his own gun and fired at the man, and that's when he took off. Police later revealing the car was stolen just 2 days before.
Insane, yo. This crazy. I was thinking to myself, like, how you gonna bring a car to the shop to get fixed and then rob the man that fixed your car? You know what I'm saying? That would have been dumb, right? So that's what I'm thinking to myself. But come to find out, the car was stolen. So you was planning to pay for that car all along. You was planning to rob dude. Why is you fixing a stolen car? It's not yours. You ain't even gonna keep that car too long. Yo, that's the new wave now. Steal a car, then bring it to the shop to get fixed, then rob the people in the store, whoever working on your car. This is crazy and insane, yo. Yo, I cannot believe this. Yo, how is he driving a stolen car these days though? Cause where I live at, you cannot even get away with an unregistered vehicle. I remember I was dropped the last time, like my registration up yesterday, and I'm going to work today. This morning, cops pulled me over. and telling me my stuff is not registered. I'm like, huh? Come to find out, it's just expired the day before. So you cannot get away with these computers inside of the police cars nowadays. Anything that's wrong with your car, they know. So I'm surprised people still driving around with stolen cars and nothing happens. This is crazy and insane. Make sure y'all be safe out there, ladies and gentlemen. Peace and love, and we up out of here.